This is awesome. This is a zero waste starter kit. This is actually not plastic. This is home compostable. It's clear paper. Yeah. They're like little bath bombs for your dishwasher. This is a tea steeper. So it's cocoa butter and then peppermint essential oil. Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. We're here today talking to our friends at Boshi Botanicals in Memphis. With the holiday season coming up, with Thanksgiving, Christmas, celebrations, we are going to learn a little bit about how we can get some ideas on hosting a low waste celebration.
Yes. Thank you. We're excited to be here. So yeah, our mission at Boshi Botanicals is good for people, good for the planet. We are actually the first zero waste refill store here in Memphis. And what that means is we have products that either break down naturally, can be used over and over again, or refillable products so that we're sending less to the landfill and we're reusing more and more products.
You just spoke my language, sending less to the landfill.
Yes.
So were you the first zero waste store?
In Memphis, yes.
In Memphis,
yeah.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Tell me about some of the products. Can I get in the basket right here?
Yeah,
and ask
absolutely.
You a couple of things. This is interesting to me. Tell me about these tea bags.
Yeah.
And where they come from and how they benefit the planet.
Yes. So, tea bags are a really interesting conundrum because it's something that I think as a society we've gotten used to having like a cup of tea, but you put your tea bag in and you pour water in. Mm-hmm. Sadly, a lot of tea bags out there have plastics in them. And it's either the pyramid tea bags that come in those little silky sachets, that's actually plastic, or the glues that they use on a lot of commercial tea bags are plastic. So every time you pour hot water in there, you're releasing microplastics into your cup of tea. And not only that, like if you throw it in your compost bin, sure, some of it may break down, but you're also throwing microplastics into your compost bin. Or the pyramid sachets are not compostable, so those just go into the landfill.
How is this one different?
So these are different because these are made from organic cotton. And it's a small company. This one is actually a company out in Oregon. But you can wash these tea bags in between uses. So you dump your tea leaves into your compost bin, and then you wash the tea bag and you just reuse it over and over again. And then you can throw them in your compost bin and they will break down naturally and will not result in any microplastics.
Cotton. These are made out of cotton.
Yeah.
Very interesting, y'all.
Yeah. And so like like we said, we like to partner it with loose leaf tea.
Yes.
Loose leaf teas are higher in quality. You don't have as much packaging. This is actually a wonderful Memphis brand, Camellia's Novelty.
Okay. So you would pour these in this tea bag?
You would put about a teaspoon in one of those tea bags, and then you can actually steep it more than once too. So you're getting more for your money, and you're able to reuse the tea a couple of times.
And you're reducing the amount of things going into the landfill.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay. All right, this guy's interesting. Mm-hmm. Tell me about him.
Yeah.
He looks like a candy cane.
It does. Yeah. So this is a dish brush. You would use this for bottles. You could use it to scrub plates or anything like that. But the beauty of it is it's got bamboo bristles. So a lot of the brushes out there have plastic on them. And even though you don't see it, every time you're scrubbing, you're releasing microplastics into the water, onto your dishes. But because this is bamboo, this is a naturally compostable material, and it's not releasing the microplastics. Yes. So these are sustainable. You can wash them, sanitize them, reuse them.
That's wonderful. Can you put them in the dishwasher?
You can.
Which takes me to this.
Yes,
Tell me about these.
Dishwasher tablets. So this is a Tennessee company.
Okay.
Green Llama is based in Johnson City, Tennessee. The ingredients are simple and clean, and there's no PVA. PVA is that film that wraps around a lot of pods out there, and that's actually made from plastic. It's polyvinyl alcohol. So
what are these? Are these packed? Are they just?
They look like little
bath bombs.
Bath bombs. Yeah, okay. I'd like to say that. Yeah. They're like little bath bombs for your dishwasher. So they dissolve naturally. These work amazing. Like I said, we lived in Tucson before we came here, and we had some glasses that were cloudy. When we came here, we're just like, okay, whatever, they're just gonna be cloudy. We ran them through the dishwasher with one of these tabs, and they're sparkling. So they work really, really well.
And they're made in Tennessee.
They're made in Tennessee.
So do you use a lot of Tennessee-made products, which would be near and dear to keep Tennessee beautiful?
Yes, we try to as much as possible. Now, not everything that we are looking for is available in Tennessee, but like I said, we put a priority on finding Tennessee companies before we go and look for other companies. These are
Is this a straw?
Yeah, these are straws. So like I said, in the Philippines, I saw bamboo straws. So like the cafes, instead of handing you like a paper straw or a plastic straw, you would get a bamboo straw. It's
Better than
reusable.
paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it doesn't get soft.
It doesn't get soft.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with the plastic of the straw, and you can reuse it, just wash it and reuse it over and over again.
That's wonderful. Where are these made?
These are Bamboo Switch. So it's a U.S. company. It's not based here. I can't remember what city they're in, but yeah, it is a U.S. company. And so these are sponges that break down naturally. So the sponges that you might get at like a, box store usually have plastic in them.
Okay.
Especially the ones that are like yellow and green.
Soft.
Yeah. So these have luffa. That's what makes it scrubby. And then it's a natural cellulose that is the same material as these, which are Swedish dishcloths.
Okay.
So
I was going to ask, what is this?
so they're compostable. They're 100% compostable.
Okay.
So when we say compostable, it means breaks down naturally in the environment. And there's a couple types of composting. There's backyard composting. So these would be backyard compostable. And then there's commercial composting. So there is packaging out there that can be commercially composted. So that might be some of your more hard to break down materials. It might be like a PLA, like a cornstarch packaging. But yeah, these are backyard.
So these have little cats on here that are celebrating. It makes me think about what a great idea for gift. A lot of times we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
And this, putting a gift basket together with some of these items to just introduce them,
Yeah,
to others, and then a little note on why it's important.
exactly.
That's what made me think about this. So this is a dish towel.
That is a dish towel. So you can use it for cleaning
dry it.
spills. You can use it. You could even use it to clean your bathroom if you really wanted to. But they're nice, especially if you're hosting a party and, there is something to be said for aesthetics. And just because you're trying to reduce waste doesn't mean it can't be pretty. So, having something like this out, your guests, it's a talking point. You can talk to your guests. It's cute. And then you can talk about why you're using something like a Swedish dishcloth.
Very, very interesting. You keep talking about plastics, and I see this item right here because, used to, and we talked about cancer a little bit and how our 30-something kids, they used to take the microwavable things to school and heat it up in the microwave in the plastic.
Yep.
And we didn't know back then.
Right.
What maybe the effects of that could be. Tell me about this, because this looks like
this is great. You can use this for multiple things. One, if you're going to a party and there's going to be leftovers, you can bring your own containers with you, because then your host doesn't have to give you like something that you're going to have to throw in the trash when you get home. But these are nice because these are ceramic. So you can just pop it in the microwave, and then you don't have to worry about, the microplastics or the chemicals leaching into your food. So they're beautiful. They're
would be
these
great
ones,
gifts too.
Yeah. And they have a nice seal, so you don't have to worry about it leaking.
So we would replace this with this.
Yes. And now, we look at baby steps, and it's about little changes, and it's not perfection. So like progress, if you have this and you're reusing it, okay.
Yes.
Don't feel bad about that. But if you have something that, is going to last a lifetime, that's a little bit better.
Becky, I'm so glad you said that. Don't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
With Keep Tennessee Beautiful, our mission is to educate and inspire Tennesseans to take action every day to improve and beautify their community environment. We are in the change game, not the shame game.
Yep.
And so, and I'm sure that's, you find that a lot when you're trying to encourage people to, reduce their waste, use these products. And so when you said that, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Every little change, one thing matters. So,
progress, not perfection.
that's right. What are some other items that work for you? I keep seeing these.
Yes. So those are unpaper towels. Again, I talked about those. Trying to think. Oh, here's the roll. So in the Philippines, that was the first place I had ever seen unpaper towels. And I was like, this is amazing. This is such a good idea, because, you think about it's easy. It's convenient to just grab a paper towel and clean up a mess. But not every mess really needs a paper towel.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. It's expensive. I don't remember the exact number, but I want to say the average American spends around $500 to $700 on paper towels a year.
Wow.
But with these,
you can repurpose them, reuse them.
So it's $45 for the roll. So that's a roll of 12.
Yes.
My family and I use unpaper towels in our home, and we buy paper towels maybe once a year. Like, we clean up our pet messes with the paper towels, but other than that, we clean glass mirrors with them. They're nice because you can use them as napkins. So like if you're having a party, party.
Wash them? You put them in?
You just put them in the washing machine. You can hang dry them. They are cotton, so if you don't want them to shrink, then I would hang dry them. But if you're in a busy household like ours, I just throw them in the dryer, and it doesn't bother me if they shrink a little bit.
Yes.
So they're really cool because they roll up like paper towels, and then when you wash them, you can just re-roll them so that they're convenient. Because I know the convenience factor. From some of our customers, we've heard that, maybe there's somebody in the family who it's harder to convince them to not just reach for a paper towel. But if it's set up like this, then, well, you don't have to think about it. You're just grabbing it the same way you would a paper towel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's, like you said, progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
Right? And every little action makes a difference. So we're saying the unpaper towel versus the paper towel.
And again, it doesn't have to be
one little
100%, but it could be, 50%, 75%.
Right. Okay, I'm going to go to this item here. Tell me about this.
So yeah, we were talking about the tea earlier. This is a tea steeper.
Okay.
So if you're brewing yourself a cup of tea, you just put your teaspoon of tea in here and then you put it in your cup. These are made from stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about the microplastics leaching.
Yeah.
And then you can steep your tea multiple times. So just, put it back in your cup, pour some more hot water over it, and then you've made your cup of tea multiple times.
That is a great gift for tea drinkers.
It is. To me, it's a little bit easier to clean these out than these, but to each their own. If you like the, feel of putting a tea bag in your tea, then these are great. And if you like the convenience of just being able to dump that into your compost bin, then these are great.
That's wonderful. All right.
Yes, that's a solid dish brush.
Dish soap?
Yes, this is
So you wash a dish with this?
Yeah, so you would use something like this to scrub on there. And then that one is actually unscented.
It smells clean though.
Yeah, it's simple, clean ingredients. It's another U.S. company, Meliora's. I can't remember what state they're in. They're not Tennessee, but it's a wonderful company.
We prefer Tennessee, but anything made in the USA.
Right.
Just as good.
So with with a dish soap like this, it takes the place of 3 to 4 bottles of liquid soap. So again, no plastic packaging. It's more affordable if you're looking for a way to reduce costs, because a bar like this is $10.99. So again,
and it would last how long? Would you say?
It's hard for me to say because everybody's
different.
washing is different.
How many times you wash your dishes?
Exactly. Are you throwing most in the dishwasher and then you hand wash a few? Do you hand wash everything? So it'll vary, but about 3 to 4 bottles worth.
Okay.
So you just, scrub your brush on there. You can put your sponge on there and then you just scrub it on the dishes.
So what are your favorite items? Are these it? Or?
I will say the dishwasher tabs are definitely one of my favorites. Okay. I really do love the dishwasher tabs. I love the unpaper towels. Just the idea of rewashing your paper towels and not having to throw as many out is great. Again, it saves money, but it's also saving the environment. So whatever your motivation, it's great.
Yes.
Even though my husband doesn't like them, I love the beeswax wraps.
You probably use them more than he does too, right?
Well, I do because I like them. Yeah. But if I'm rolling out cookies, I will even put that down because I don't like to roll directly on the counter. I like something that's a little bit easier to clean up. So rolling that out, I can sprinkle the flour on there and then I just shake it off and gently clean the beeswax wraps after. Or like I said, with the sugar cookies, you put them in the refrigerator. So I roll them or I, put them in the ball, wrap them up, put it in the refrigerator, come out, open it up, roll them directly on there. So it's, for me, that's a convenience factor.
Easy. You've given me so many ideas here, and especially not only for a low waste party, if you're hosting a party and you want to be environmentally conscious when you're cleaning up after the party, some great items here. Do you give ideas for your customers when they come in?
Oh, absolutely.
Or do classes here?
Yeah, part of what we do is education because if you don't know that these items exist, then you don't know that there's swaps for them. So, we're always happy to have a conversation and talk about, why this product is a good swap. We talk about, we go out into the community and we talk about the problem with plastics and how as individuals we can start combating that. I think ultimately it's going to take a societal change. We need to, think like maybe Europe and not rely on single-use plastic bags as much and just, really as a country revisit where we're going with plastics and waste and things like that, and you know, prioritize companies that are putting the environment first.
Yes. And, you know, Keep America Beautiful, which Keep Tennessee Beautiful is the state organization of Keep America Beautiful. We're a behavioral change organization.
Yeah.
And so you said the education, the awareness, and then engagement, engaging others. For us, whether it's a cleanup or planting a tree or composting, that engagement actually, you know, educates them, and then hopefully inspires them to change their behavior.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and
our hope.
It sounds like you're doing the same thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.